Hey everybody, Peek out here in Singapore, and it is kind of late. Okay, it's not that late. It's about 10 o'clock on Wednesday night, and I want to jump on here and talk to you guys, catch up, see what's going on, let you know what I've been up to. And as always, I'm up to something. So, been a lot of heavy discussions around the house today. I finally went through with a confrontational kind of discussion. It wasn't bad, but it was difficult. And I went in with the intention of just speaking my mind. There was no other intention than that. If I can just say my piece and get it over with, I was good to go. I don't need anyone to admit anything. I don't need anyone to confess anything. I don't need any apologies, nothing. And though I shed a lot of tears, and though it reopened a couple of old wounds, I believe that I can maybe start from someplace different. And that got me thinking, because obviously that wasn't the only conversation, right? I had a second conversation, client conversation, a couple who are trying really hard to get over an indiscretion within their relationship. And as difficult as it may have been, and as much as I would like for them to decide if they want to stay together or not, I need for them to come to that decision on their own. They need to try everything possible, and then if it really doesn't work, it doesn't work. But their number one problem is communication. Which brings me to the topic at hand, the new normal. Both of the conversations I had today had to do with starting over from where you are. Not starting way back at the beginning, not erasing anything you did or didn't do, said or didn't say, but starting where you are right now. And I don't know about you. Maybe you're in a position right now where you're like, oh my gosh, everything's changed. Nothing is the way that it was once upon a time. What do I do now? Where do I go? How do I start over? And the answer to that is you need to find your new normal. I was watching Netflix with my daughter and keeping her company for a little while because I needed a break, to be honest. It was a very tiring mental day for me, very emotional. And I just figured I'd just, go through the motions of watching Shadowhunters. And it just so happens it's the episode where Magnus Bane lost all his magic, and he just happens to get it back right after his boyfriend had to make a big decision to break up with him, because that was the only condition under which he could get his magic back. And before Magnus had a chance to find his new normal, his normal was shifted again. All of these people in this episode happen to be fighting a new normal. There are werewolves who are trying to reconcile their past, make amends with, people that they fought with, and they're finding that they're starting with a new normal, where they had a chance to go back and change the fact that they were human and became werewolves. They could go back to being human, but knowing what they know now, having lived through everything they've lived through, they don't want to go back. They want a new normal. So like I said, I don't know what you've got going on in your life. I don't know what you're facing. I don't know what kind of struggles you may be seeing. Maybe you had a great job and it fell apart. Maybe you had a great relationship with someone and it fell apart. Maybe, I don't know, there are a lot of maybes out there. But the fact is, the past is done. Whether you get the apology you've been waiting for, whether you fix something that's been broken, whether you put it back together just the way it was, it won't ever be the same. I know for many years, my brother lived away from us. My brother and my mother left right after my middle brother went off to college. In so many years, he thought that he'd destroy the family. That's why we were split apart in four corners of the world. But it wasn't. And try as hard as he might, he tried to put us all back together. And even if we were to come together in the same house today, it wouldn't have the same dynamic that it did 20 years ago. We've all changed. We've gone our separate ways. We're not the people we used to be. So now we have to deal with the new normal. I don't know what the future holds. I know that everything I do today has a repercussion in the future. There's a vibration that goes outward from here. And it's up to me to do the best I can with what I know and make sure that I take into consideration as many people's feelings as possible, but I'm still true to myself. And that was part of the reason for having the conversation today. It was hard, and I don't know how many more tough conversations I'm going to have, but I did what I came to do. I cleared the air. I said what I needed to say. And no, I'm not going to have the perfect relationship that I thought I would. But it will be new and different. And it will fit who we are today, with all our baggage. That's all I could ask for my clients. That's all I could ask for my friends and family. You can't go back and change what was. You can't go back to that time. There's no portal, there is no rune, there is no magic, chimney to whisk you away to some other place. Because every step along the way has changed who you are for the better. And who you are now, that's who you are. For now, until you decide to move to a better position. So as I give you this advice, I'm telling you, I would give my daughter the same advice. Wherever you are, whatever's happened before, okay, fine. Hopefully you've learned lessons from it. But wherever you are right now, start from where you are right now. Once upon a time, you probably drew stick figures. And if you know better and you can draw manga and it's beautiful, you can't go back to drawing stick figures. You will never see the paper that way. You know better, so do better. Start from here, forge a new path. Discover your new normal. That's how we evolve and move forward. I hope this makes sense, and I hope whoever needed to hear this tonight heard it. I'll talk to you again soon. I love you guys. Good night.